Ice Age humans lived in a world of freezing wind, scarce food, and constant danger, where every meal had to help them survive another brutal day. In that harsh climate, food was not just about hunger. It had to support movement, warmth, recovery, and survival in the cold. For Ice Age people, diet was not a lifestyle choice. It was a survival system built around whatever could keep the group alive. Much of that system depended on animal foods, especially large game like bison, horse, reindeer, and sometimes mammoth. But the goal was not just eating meat. The real nutritional jackpot was fat, marrow, organs, and every calorie-rich part. Protein helped maintain muscle, repair the body, and support the repeated strain of walking, lifting, hunting, and carrying. Fat mattered just as much because in freezing conditions it gave dense energy that the body could burn over time. Cold weather increases energy demand, especially when people are exposed, active, and living without modern shelter or heating. To stay warm, Ice Age humans relied on body heat, constant movement, layered clothing, shelter, and fire working together. That is why eating only very lean meat could become a problem, because the body also needed richer sources of energy. When available, they likely also ate seasonal plant foods like roots, berries, nuts, and other gathered foods. So the Ice Age diet was not automatically zero carb or zero fiber. It changed with place, season, and opportunity. During deep winter, though, plant foods could become limited, pushing the diet much more heavily toward animal foods. That made preserving food incredibly important, especially when weather, migration, or bad luck disrupted hunting success. Dense foods like marrow, organ meats, and rendered fat could act as precious backup calories when fresh food was uncertain. A successful hunt did not just provide meat. It could mean warmth, strength, and safety for an entire group. But every hunt carried risk, and missing key opportunities could quickly turn survival into a serious crisis. That is why Ice Age people used nearly every part of the animal, wasting as little as possible. Their physiques were shaped by necessity, not appearance, built through daily labor and hard environmental demands. They developed strength through walking long distances, hauling loads, climbing, throwing, crouching, and repeated physical work. Their bodies were the result of an entire lifestyle, where food, movement, sleep, stress, and cold all interacted. Now let's examine one common modern claim. Did this diet automatically create unusually strong immunity? Ice Age humans were resilient, but they also faced wounds, infections, parasites, smoke exposure, and severe physical stress. So immune strength likely came from many factors together, not from one magical food pattern alone. Another popular claim is that this diet naturally produced high testosterone in all Ice Age men. But there is no solid proof that diet alone gave them unusually high testosterone by modern standards. Hormones depend on many influences, including sleep, total calories, stress, health, body fat, and physical workload. The stronger conclusion is that Ice Age humans were highly adapted to their environment, not biologically superhuman. They lived in the mammoth steppe, a cold but often surprisingly productive ecosystem filled with grazing animals. Vast herds of herbivores turned that landscape into a moving source of energy for skilled human hunters. Humans learned to focus on calorie-dense returns, not just random hunting, but strategic survival choices. That meant prioritizing the most valuable parts: marrow, fat, organs, and tissues with the highest nutritional payoff. It also meant creating portable foods that could be carried, stored, and rationed during uncertain times. Because if a hunt failed or storms blocked movement, the group still needed something to live on. Stored meat and fat gave a crucial energy buffer when fresh prey was not immediately available. This is important. The Ice Age diet was not a modern muscle-building diet copied from social media. It was an adaptation diet shaped by cold, scarcity, danger, migration, and the need for efficiency. Fiber was part of the picture in some times and places, just not evenly all year round. Different Ice Age regions would have produced different diets depending on climate, plants, and animal availability. And even in one location, the menu could shift dramatically between warm seasons and winter scarcity. The fox story also needs nuance, because humans did not simply take calories away from foxes. In many cases, foxes probably benefited by scavenging from human camps, carcass remains, and discarded scraps. Human hunting activity changed the food web by creating new opportunities for scavengers around camp areas. So in that sense, Ice Age humans did not just hunt the ecosystem, they actively reshaped it. Now the real question is, what can modern humans actually learn from this ancient survival pattern? First, Protein still matters because it helps support muscle, recovery, satiety, and physical resilience. Second, whole foods matter because real nutrition usually comes packaged in less processed, more natural forms. Third, movement matters just as much as diet because the Ice Age body was built through constant use. Fourth, resilience is broader than food. Sleep, rhythm, light exposure, activity, and recovery all matter. Fifth, eating should match your environment and demand, instead of following one rigid rule for every person. What modern people should not do is blindly imitate a prehistoric diet without modern context or evidence. Ice Age life was physically punishing, risky, and often marked by hunger, injury, and environmental hardship. The real lesson is not to romanticize suffering, but to understand how humans adapted intelligently under pressure. Their strength came from flexibility, cooperation, calorie awareness, and the ability to use resources efficiently. Those same principles still matter today, even if our environment looks completely different from theirs. So the truth is more balanced, not zero fiber, not magic hormones, and not guaranteed super immunity. What Ice Age humans really show us is the power of adaptation in a demanding environment. They survived not because of one miracle nutrient, but because their whole way of life worked together. For modern people, the best takeaway is to live in closer alignment with basic human biology. Eat well, move often, recover deeply, stay adaptable, and learn from the past without copying it blindly.